everybody, welcome back to another episode of A Dairyman's Diary. Welcome, my name is Frank, as always. I hope you're doing very well. Today, we are finishing harvest, folks. In front of me is a very rare sight. It's a lorry hauling grain. We have not seen anywhere near the number of these that we'd actually like to see. But needless to say, it is here. We are cracking along as much as we can. There we go. Oh, a bit left in there still, Frank. Easy does it. Yeah, trying to get hold of a haulier. As you can see, this little grain shed of mine is getting a little bit too full. It's not really meant to store grain. So I want to get a few loads out of here today where I can actually then get this emptied out a bit. So the good news is that Harvest 2021 is done. It dragged its feet kicking and screaming into the end of September there, but we're through. And now we can kind of get ourselves ready to roll moving forward for a little bit of cultivations, really. Get ourselves ready to get some work done, which will be fantastic. Everything else is looking good. So we're going to get this cleared today. I actually got a contractor back in again to do a little bit more baling for me because it just seemed like it was going to be a better option. There you go. Come on. No, still not quite out there. Yeah, we're going to just try and get as much of this done ourselves because I think it's just going to be, you know, we'll get this all loaded up there. It's all been pre-sold. We've got a decent price for it. It's all animal feed grade barley. It's going to go for milling. And it's, you know, again, as I've always pointed out here, for us, it's not about the quality of the grain. It's about the quantity of the straw that we can get. As a dairy farm there, that is crucially important there. And straw's only doing one thing at the moment, and that's going up in price. So we will we'll just count our blessings. We'll see what else we can get done here. And then we'll get this loaded up as quickly as we can. There's supposed to be another couple of lorries coming today. I've been waiting for these for quite some time, so to say I'm skeptical would be an understatement. So we will we'll wait and see if they arrive. They've got my phone number. I'm not waiting up here for them all day. I'm not sure when they're going to arrive, so I've got other things I wanted to go and do. I've got New Holland I want to go and play with as well. Since you were last here, we have been incredibly busy, actually. I was able to get all things harvest done, as I mentioned. Combine's pulled up here. You can just probably see it behind me in the shed. It's up here out the way, to be honest. We finished up here. This was the last area that we're in. Farm 2 had a couple of bits and pieces to work on with, so we left it up here, and ultimately it was just that get out of the way. We'll get to it. I'll get it blown down. It'll get put into shed. It might get just left in one of these sheds up here, actually out of the way for the winter, because it's a bit of a pain to get it into the workshop. We don't need it in the workshop down there anymore. And well, since we last put it into the workshop, this whole shed was not here, so we have the storage space up here. So I think we'll darn well go and use it. So that's the plan. Now we got the third cut silage done as well. It's all been wrapped and stacked. A really good couple of days to get that going, actually, which is kind of why we brought in the help of the contractor for the square baling, just so we could get some extra time to really push ahead there. And I think it definitely paid off for me. So we'll look to go and have a look at that, and then we're going to try and get a bit of ground turned over. I've got some cover crops that I want to get planted in the next few days there on some of the ground, which we're not going to plant until spring barley again, which is in the second stage of the two-stage spring barley rotation. So like I said, we'll probably look to get cover crop into there. Something that's going to do a little bit of nitrogen fixation, just so we don't have to, frankly, spend so much on fertilizer right now, which is just going up and up and up, onwards of 700 pounds a ton I'm seeing and hearing in some places. And even, you know, if you do have to end up paying that much, trying to get hauliers to cart the stuff away is just a nightmare right now. Like this chap here is telling me that his company, or his boss's company, I guess, endless opportunities for work at the moment, and just can't fit it all in. So it's been very lucky to get this load away. Now, even if I just get one load away today, you know, that is just going to get me away from the door here, which I will take, because I can then get that other gate pulled across. Trying to keep the elements off here a little bit. I have to push it back ever so slightly there, but I don't mind doing that. Main aim is just to get this all loaded up. And then sooner rather than later, the weather is due to turn soon. The cattle are going to be coming in. So we'll need to work on that one and get those all done and dusted. So that's going to be another big day, really. I'm not sure I'm quite ready for those to come in yet, but there you go. That's why we've got a lot of straw, because if the weather does turn bad and it's going to be a miserable autumn there, you want to get them in early there, and you want to be able to manage to get the cattle in early. That's the other crucial thing. Okay. We're making the dent in there, though. Quality of grain looked pretty good actually. All things considered, some of it we took straight away. Managed to get a local buyer for a little bit of it, so we took that away fortunately. All of the stuff from out east we just carted straight away. This stuff here is all from around the home farm really, and from farm 2. There's still some straw down that we need to collect there again, but that can wait till we're slightly less busy, I would say. There you go. But yeah, I will get this all loaded up here. We'll get that guy out of here as well, and then we'll move on, have a little bit of a review of how harvest has ended up for us. Okay, so that guy is away out of here now. He's looking happy to be on his way. Here is our faithful beast. First season in the books for me. Did quite a good job actually. Very happy with how it got on. Needs a bit of a blowdown. We'll typically not wash that properly out until we come to use it next summer, because I don't really like to wash anything down and leave any water sitting in the bearings there. But yeah, it's looking good for right now. It performed admirably. Really didn't have any troubles with it at all. Sung through. The only problem that we had all year was just getting consistent weather. Weather would be good, but then it would be just like it was I had it referred to as the wettest, driest harvest we've had there, and that's probably very true. Some of the spring barley took a pounding, and some of the yields weren't very good as a result. However, we got done. Straw wasn't too bad there. Got more bales in there, a couple of fields around here to get casted away. We'll do that when we can, but that's not the priority right now. The priority is to get a little bit of ground turned over so we can get some winter cereal crops drilled, which is always fun. We're going to start with the ground around the home farm because we put muck down in that already, and that means we can get going there. Now the stuff out east, that's going to have a cover crop put onto it, so we don't really need to worry about doing anything else out there right now. That's going to be direct drilled into the ground. We're probably going to try and actually just broadcast it on with the grass harrow drill. See how we get on with that one. Actually, it's going to be a bit of an experiment, but it's an experiment. It's a bit of a gamble, but it's a lot less expensive than it would be to do anything with with nitrogen right now. So, you know, I'm willing to take it. We'll probably get some muck put onto there at some point as well. But yeah, we'll see how we get on. That's for sure. Everything else was looking good. Not too bad at all. But yeah, that's where we're going to start at least, and we'll see how we fare through. One thing I will show you, something that we haven't had a look at in quite a while. A while ago when we added on this piece of land over here, we did actually add on. We got some maize drilled not so long ago, which is pretty cool. Now we haven't really seen much of this, or I haven't shown you much of this actually. We just got it drilled by ourselves. I got the groundwork down. It was a time when we were super busy with a lot of different things. And yeah, it's coming along very nicely indeed. We'll just creep over here, have a bit of look. It probably won't be too long. We have to get a contractor in to lift this, I think. And we'll look to certainly get this all put into our, I don't know how we're going to do it, if we'll put it into a pit somewhere, or if we'll make a new pit. But yeah, that's another issue for me to resolve. Around we go. But as you can see, it's already over the hedge. Some of this must be at least 6.5, 7 foot tall. Must be. Look at that. Plenty of fodder in there. That's what we want to see. Lots of dry matter there as well. A lot of there's a good number of cobs on there. So even some of them have 2 cobs on. So perfect. Absolutely perfect. Couldn't ask for much more than that really. So that is going to be perfect for winter feed for the cattle. Just need to figure out where we're going to put it and who's going to come and cut it for me, because I certainly can't cut that. So yeah, that's going to be an interesting one for us, but still nice to have it, that's for sure. Okay. Too far back there, my excitement. So we need to, yeah, we're going to go back to the main yard there. Been doing a little bit of shuffling around, getting some equipment tidied up really. Stuff that we're not going to be needing anymore there, and get some stuff put in the shed. Because it's tired. The yard's getting a little clustered, and it still is a little bit clustered, but it's manageable now, and it's an organized cluster, which is always good. And that will mean, yeah, so we've been able to get quite a bit done there. Again, without Jess coming in there, it wouldn't have been possible just to keep everything spinning along, so we've done a fantastic job. Really, really have. Okay, let's have a look-see. So what we will do, that everything should be ready to go, and we got the New Holland already hooked up, ready to go there on our plow. It should be a nice and easy day for that, to be honest. I can't imagine it being too much of an issue. But as you can see, we've put all of our grassland equipment away really now. It'll be blown down again, not really washed out there, but blowing off, looking good. Balers are tucked inside the shed for the winter. And that's all looking handy. A bit more straw stacked in there as well. So that is good news. We'll stick this over here. 7810 is going to go out with the air seeder on it, with the grass harrow seeder, just to have a go with that cover crop later on today. But whilst we have the New Holland, we don't have it for too much longer there, about a day. It hasn't really done any heavy draft work yet, which is something we want to change. So we're going to stick it onto this little anchor, see how it gets on. It should be fine. I have no doubt about that, really. I think it should be more than fine, but you just want to give it a go, really. So we'll lift it up, and there'll be a good chance for me to get a little extra work done with it. We're going to try and fold over there now. Let me see. I don't think I've got everything quite set up properly, so we'll just pull forward ever so slightly. I could do the weight on the front there, just don't have any traction on the front end. It is semi-mounted, so that should ease that that has been an issue. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fold it over and try it from the other side there, but it's gonna be the green. Okay. There you go. Transport position is a little bit different to get into here. We're not going far, of course, but makes the darn sight easy to get out the gateway, that's for sure. Perfect. Away we go. So I hope all is going very well with you. Do let me know down below what's cracking on, and if you're all done with harvest there, and how it's been, and what you're focusing on now, and what the future looks like for you all as well. Oh, get around there. Easy does that. At some point we're going to have a little bit of a play in the winter with that wall and a mini digger, I think, just to get that widened a touch there, because for our bale trailers, it's not the easiest to get around. So what we'll do, we've got a little bit more muck to spread in here as it goes. But we're just going to start at the edge here, just to see how we get on, have a little bit of a play around with it. And yeah, we should be all good. And of course that's gone down the wrong way. There you go. It's more just have a bit of a play with this. I've been very impressed with this tractor so far, I really have. Again, would it push me to go and do anything else with away from John Deere? Probably not. I'm liking where we are with our John Deere tractors at the moment. Not liking where the price of new tractors are going at the moment either. So we'll, you know, with the exception of the 6M that we bought recently, I don't think we'll be buying anything new for a long time. So we'll stick with what we got. Oh god, that's got a bit of a surge to it. But yeah, it's always nice for dealers to think about you and to bring out other competitors there, so you can have a bit of a play and a route around and see what works for you and have a bit of a blast with it. And that's what we're doing. So yeah, we'll get ourselves set up and away here properly on the second pass. We should be looking okay. I've been speaking briefly with Simulation for the Nation. He has mentioned that things are going to be winding up soon, coming to an end. And I've told him that all he needs to do is let me know. So we may only have an episode or two of the blog left for now. And then you never know what the future holds. We may be back. We'll have to wait and see. So we will always be around and about, that's for sure. Okay. We'll get the ends sorted out. We'll get a couple of passes done just so we've got something to work with, and then we can get the ends going. Perfect, and we're flying. Beautiful. Okay, well, I think really what we'll do, I just wanted to let you know and bring you along for the ride to show you that harvest has been finished. So we are finally past it. Behind, next to where that red rock slurry trailer is, we've got a silage pit full of round bales, which is going to last us through the winter, and we should be keeping us good for a little bit beyond that as well. And next thing to try and get done will be that maize heap, really, so we'll have to see how we get on with that one. But until next time, we're going to leave it here. Thank you ever so much for watching. As always, I have been Frank. I do hope you have enjoyed. If you haven't yet to do so, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe as always to Simulation for the Nation, and we'll see you all hopefully down the way for one more. Until then, do stay safe, enjoy what you're doing as always, and we'll catch you later.